Hello. I'm going to show a kind of guide or tutorial on the windmill here. A lot of people have been asking for it. So here we are. I'll explain my setup. I'll explain what you should aim for, what the do's and don'ts are essentially with this, because there are a lot of don'ts, and the do's are quite straightforward, but difficult to execute. So if you're good at precise jumps, you can definitely increase the chances of getting the skip much easier, to be honest. I found that jumping late here, or getting a bit of a sprint first while running across here towards the invisible wall, actually increases your chances quite a lot. So I will show the setup that I use. I'm going to try to do some live attempts. I'm currently not very warmed up for it. I've only done it twice today, as I've not really had the time to actually do this today. So, a little bit about the skip. There are invisible walls here and here. They both meet right here. And the blades are passing through the invisible wall. So, when moving objects in this game, hit a solid object. If any entities are present on that, they will just get pushed up. It's just naturally how it is when you can stand on an object that's moving. There are a couple of examples of this. Here, it's a practical example, and actually a useful example, because it lets us skip most of the prologue and save 2 minutes and a half. My best prologue is 1:57 with this at the moment. I don't know if it can go lower or not. I'm pretty sure it can. When you want to get this first try, I recommend practicing it for quite a while first before doing so. You won't get it at will. So this will happen not randomly, but it will happen when you get the right jump and when you get the specific setup. When you have enough practice on this, you can identify whether or not you've gotten that jump or not. Some jumps that aren't perfect can still pass and still get you up the mill. But essentially, as the blades are hitting the invisible wall here, it's creating an entity called Fake Floor, which allows Gustav to stand on nothing. And that's primarily because this is a moving entity. There are plenty of other places where it's being utilized at the moment. It's kind of a new thing. So, I will explain my setup. And I will explain what we're looking for when we're actually on the mill. So you can see these beams between the blades. Only one of them has so far for me has been consistent on getting the skip. There's one that's very consistent and one that's easily obtainable on the first rotation. Thus, you can get it first try. So you want to climb up here onto the mill itself. You'll stand, so you're basically hitting this corner here and you can't move anymore. You'll turn towards the inside. You can tap S and D. I'm on new binds now, so unfortunately my key input overlay is not going to show because I'm playing with YGHJ now. But yeah, you'll be pressing a S and D here to basically ensure that you're properly in this corner. And then you're going to line yourself up with this pole here. It's probably quite hard to see as a viewer, but next to the ship here, there's a pole you can aim at. So what I do is I aim at the pole and I press A and S, so left, but diagonally left, a couple of times. You can keep tapping it until you see the hitbox appear of Gustav. These like ink, so to speak. So from here, you'll want to wait for the rotation and you'll essentially want to jump forwards as late as you possibly can into this corner. When you see this one with the when you see the strut with the circle at the end, so this one here, I can tell you which ones aren't going to work. This one won't work. This one won't work. The clear ones, basically. So this one here is the one that you'll want to use. It's quite hard to show, but you can see it passing around. This one here won't work either. So you'll make sure you want to use that one there. So it will be the 2 after this one. That is what I want. You'll aim like this. And as soon as it passes that line, you want to jump into the corner. I'm not going to get it on this try. So this line here is what I'm using as a guideline to time my jump. In this case, my jump wasn't deep enough into the corner. So my fake floor was lower than the blade, so I wasn't able to actually get onto the blade. It was a decent attempt though. It was not that far off getting it, to be honest. I'll do a couple of tries just to demonstrate. Ah, almost got it. Really close. So in that instance, I was just impatient. When you're jumping on these fake floors, your aim is to jump and get pushed by the blade. You don't want to jump too much. If you jump too much, you're literally gonna throw yourself off. You can't spam. You have to control it. And also, jumping forwards is not recommended. The wall is to the left here. The best chances of you getting the height you need to actually climb up is to jump left. You don't want to jump forwards. If you're jumping forwards, you have more distance to cover, which means that your chances of actually getting it are lower. So here, I'm going to stand like this, wait for the rotation. In this case, I jumped too early, so my fake floor, I still got the fake floor, but it was lower than it needed to be, so I couldn't get carried up by the blade. Almost again. I have a habit of jumping way too much, and as you can see, I jumped way too much there. All 3 of these attempts that I've actually gotten here have all been capable of doing the skip. Almost again. Really close. That one was really, really close, actually. I'm not expecting to get this in my demonstration video, but just to show you that you can make this somewhat consistent. You won't always get these fake floors, and your timing is going to vary a lot. It might not always be perfect, so keep that in mind. Practice it as much as you can. As you can see, I jumped too late. Way too early there. I didn't let the blade hit the point I needed to interact with. I feel like these attempts are really close, so I'm going to try to actually get it. When I get it on this one, I will show you what a proper one looks like. I'm not going to get it. The reason why, in that case, my jump was slightly off-timed. So when I got my fake floor, I was kind of stuck in the blade, so to speak. So when I tried to jump, it was not going to let me jump because I'm interacting with the object. I'll try twice more because these have been really good. Feel like it'd be really good to get it in a demonstration video. That was too late, that one. Not late as in the run was too late, but my timing on the blade was too late there. That was too late again. Or too early, actually, sorry. It's too early because the blade was not high enough yet. Last try. I'll do one more. One more on the blade. I just feel like I could actually get it if I actually land on the blade at the moment. I know that this is a 10-minute video, but a lot of the stuff is quite relevant. Okay. My attempts were pretty decent. I'll just show you what a proper attempt looks like. So here, this is just from today for sampling for this video. So, yep, I aim at the standard spot here. I'll break it down as we go through. So I jump into the corner. From here, you will turn your camera to face the blade. As soon as you land, you can see here, I'm holding W. You don't have to be neutral. You know you've gotten it when Gustav starts walking to the left here, because that means you're at the right point to be able to get enough distance to catch that blade. You may be a lot further in. It's based on perception entirely, whether or not you get this or not. The best thing you can do is keep practicing this and understand every situation you can get, rather than doing the same thing over and over again. You'll decrease your chances a lot by just doing the same thing. You need to understand how fake floors work, how to manipulate them, and what circumstances you get based on the way you're standing when you interact with them. For instance, here, I knew that all I had to do was just hold forwards and jump at the peak, and then I can jump from the peak of the blade off to the wall. So, that's kind of everything, to be honest, with the skip. Yeah, I wasn't aiming to get it, but I was very close to getting it a few times. I feel like I have tried to demonstrate what the do's and don'ts are. Don't spam jump when you're on the actual blade itself. You can if you want to, but you should try to be as controlled as you can. So yeah, I hope that covers everything. I know that the video is 12 minutes, but this skip is really complicated. It should feel better eventually with the setup. If it doesn't work for you, there's probably other stuff that can work. But this one works for me. So, yeah. I hope, hopefully it helps. And if people want tutorials and other skips, I can also do them as well. So, yep. We'll see ya in the next tutorial, perhaps.